Baseball is America's pastime, but for some MLB players, lying is a full-time job. Some careers ended, some reputations shattered, and one guy, he wasn't even who he said he was. He was one of baseball's smoothest hitters, 8-time All-Star, World Series champ, and a lock for Cooperstown. But in 2018, Robinson Cano was hit with an 80-game suspension for testing positive for a banned substance. His defense? He claimed he unknowingly took it for a medical issue in the Dominican Republic. The league didn't buy it. Neither did fans. Then in 2020, he got popped again, this time for boldenone. 2 strikes, 2 lies, and Cano's Hall of Fame dreams vanish faster than a hanging curveball. And if you think that's wild, wait till you meet the guy who faked his entire identity. Imagine lying about your name, your age, your entire identity.
The 2 major leaguers stuck in the Dominican with the stories of their false identities.
That's exactly what Cleveland pitcher Fausto Carmona did.
The Indians are without the pitcher they knew as Fausto Carmona, except Carmona is actually named Roberto Hernandez.
He pitched for years under that name until 2012, when he was arrested trying to renew his visa. Turns out, Fausto was actually Roberto Hernandez, and he was 3 years older than he claimed. The whole thing was exposed when the U.S. Embassy flagged his paperwork. Teams backed off. He returned briefly, but his career was never the same. Speaking of false identities, this next guy pointed fingers under oath. I have never used steroids, period. That was Raphael Pomeroy's declaration under oath to Congress in 2005.
My name is Raphael Pomeroy, and I am a professional baseball player. Let me start by telling you this. I have never used steroids today.
Confident, convincing, finger wag and all. Until 5 months later, when he tested positive for steroids. The fallout was brutal. Hall of Fame votes dried up, and that viral clip became a punchline across sports. A powerful swing, a powerful lie, and a legacy torched by 4 words. And now for a scandal so dumb it involved ceiling tiles and a flashlight. By the way, this is a brand new channel, so if you're enjoying the video so far, a quick subscribe would mean the world and help us keep making more content like this. In 1994, Indian slugger Albert Bell was accused of using a corked bat. So what did his team do? They sent reliever Jason Grimsley through the ceiling tiles to sneak into the umpire's office and swap it with a clean bat. And it almost worked, until the umps noticed the switch. Bell was suspended, Grimsley confessed years later, and MLB history gained its most Mission Impossible moment. Now from Major League mischief to Little League lies. Okay, not technically MLB, but this scandal rocked baseball. In 2001, Danny Alante was the toast of the Little League World Series, throwing 70-mile-per-hour fastballs and a perfect game.
Watch the spin on that. Tight rotation, just biting downward right on the plate, and he missed the ball by probably 6-7 inches.
The problem? He was 14 years old in a 12 and under tournament. His dad forged documents. The team was stripped of its wins, and Alante, he never recovered. Scouts backed off. Dreams faded. The lie made headlines and broke a kid's future in half. This next guy didn't just lie, he built an entire legal strategy around it. When 2011 NL MVP Ryan Braun tested positive for PEDs, he didn't just deny it, he went scorched earth. He hired lawyers. He called it a smear campaign. He even blamed the sample collector Dino Lorenzi Jr., suggesting that he tampered with the sample. 2 years later, Ryan Braun somehow won his appeal, and he held a press conference like he was the wronged hero.
There's no doubt that having been through this experience has made me put life in perspective, truly appreciate everything that I have.
But in 2013, Braun finally admitted he lied. The truth? He did use PEDs and blamed an innocent man to cover it up. One of the most shameless lies in MLB history. And if you think that was dirty, the next one starts with a fake birth certificate. When Miguel Tejada arrived in the majors, he said he was 23. Years later, it turned out he was actually 25. And that wasn't the only lie. In 2009, he pleaded guilty to lying to Congress during a steroid investigation. He tried to downplay his role, but the feds weren't having it. Between the fake birth certificate and the courtroom apology, Tejada's career became a case study in deception. Ever seen someone forget how to speak English when the heat's on? When called to testify before Congress, Sammy Sosa, known for fiery interviews and perfect English, suddenly couldn't speak it. He used a translator and dodged direct questions about PEDs. Sosa denied everything, but years later, reports confirmed he tested positive in 2003. To this day, he's never officially admitted using, but the lie lingered long enough to shut the Hall of Fame doors. The next one isn't just a lie, it's baseball's most famous denial. For years, Pete Rose insisted he never gambled on baseball. He said it on TV, in interviews, in his autobiography.
When I sign an agreement, there'll be no finding or denial that I bet on the game of baseball. I'm going to live up to that agreement.
It was the lie that kept him banned from the sport. Then in 2004, 15 years after the fact, Rose finally admitted it.
I just simply, the best way is to say is I screwed up.
He bet on his own team regularly. The confession came too late. The damage was done. A career of 4,256 hits reduced to a cautionary tale. But number one, that one's still debated over a century later. In 1919, 8 White Sox players were accused of throwing the World Series. The biggest name? Shoeless Joe Jackson. He claimed he played to win, that he was innocent. The record showed he took $5,000 from gamblers and hit .375 in the series, confusing the truth even more. Fans begged him. Say it ain't so. He said it wasn't, but a lifetime ban followed. Over a century later, we still don't know if he lied. But in May of 2025, he was reinstated by MLB. And make sure to check out this video right here. These are some of the craziest moments in MLB history.